we get more than 2,000 likes at this videos, we will upload more patriotic news. Showdown. Sanctuary cities just got bad news straight from President Trump. Illegals are in blind panic. The supposed sanctuary cities in the nation add up to more than 300 of every 32 states. With California endeavoring to change itself into a sanctuary state, that would raise the measure of cities in the U.S. an abundance of 800 that were ridiculing the government movement laws. ICE Acting Director, Thomas Homan, is worried about this circumstance, as it specifically imperils the security of U.S. citizenry. The border policies of the Trump Organization are bringing about a bewildering reducing of endeavored wall intersections by illegals, and the astonishing pivot has empowered Homan to have more breathing space with how he will be utilizing his ICE officers all through the nation. With the insubordination on the parts of numerous leaders, city group individuals, and governors crosswise over America concerning confining those arrested for criminal activity who additionally happen to be illicit, Homan has chosen to build the nearness of ICE operators inside sanctuary cities. His method of reasoning: if the cities are releasing dangerous illegals back onto the streets, that's the first place we'll be looking for them. The Daily Caller, Thomas Homan, Acting Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, told the Washington Examiner that the Trump administration has empowered law enforcement to strictly enforce immigration laws, a welcome change from the previous administrations he worked for during his 30-year career as an immigration cop. Now they have meaning to their jobs, Homan said, referring to U.S. Border Patrol and ICE agents. What this president has done is taken by handcuffs off the law enforcement officers who are charged with enforcing immigration laws. Homan noted that, since President Donald Trump took office, illegal border crossings have fallen to their lowest level in a decade. Despite a slight uptick in border arrests, a proxy for illegal immigration, illegal crossings of the U.S.-Mexico border in June were 53% lower than in the same month last year, and the result Homan attributed to Trump's orders on immigration enforcement. As Director Homan said, uncooperative jurisdictions have a higher rate of criminal alien releases than in places that honor ICE detainers, the official said. As a result, ICE is forced to focus additional resources on conducting large-scale arrests in the field in these non-cooperative areas. I'm going to arrest him and anyone else with him because there is no population off the table anymore, Homan said, referring to Trump's expanded deportation net. If you really want to tap the fear in the immigrant community, I would think the counties would want me in their jails. This is a splendid procedure. In the event that chairmen like Rahm Emanuel of Chicago, or governors like Jerry Brown of California will give America the wall with respect to regarding its laws, it is basic that ICE takes matters into their own hands, considering that they have the expert at the end of the day to implement said laws. The Obama organization did everything possible over about 10 years to dissolve the capacity of law implementation to carry out its occupation, notwithstanding going so far as to accuse the police of criminal movement, as opposed to the different way. The time has come for a sitting president was in favor of peace instead of political agitation and activism. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. The Daily Call. The silence is broken. George W. Bush dropped major announcement about President Trump. No one expected this. Everyone was expecting it, yet no one idea he'd say this. Previous President George W. Bush has remained out of general society as far back as he cleared out office. Very few conservatives adore him, considering his time in office helped introduce Barack Obama. While he helped protect America in the fallout of 9/11, there were numerous decisions made amid his administration that is as yet viewed as disputable. Numerous liberals called him the most noticeably bad leader ever, in any event up to this point. Amid the 2016 presidential election, we didn't hear much from W. While whatever is left of the Bush group was candid against Donald Trump, he kept his mouth closed. Plainly the Bushes hated Trump for destroying Jeb and getting the Republican nomination. A portion of the Bushes even supported Hillary in view of that unforeseen development, an immediate affront to their gathering and conservative esteem. In any case, Now that Donald Trump is president, there are some anxious to hear what W needs to state. In a current interview, George W. at long last talked his brain on the current political atmosphere. What he needed to state was not what the liberal world needed to listen. From Conservative Tribune, former President George W. Bush put NBC's Matt Lauer in his place during an interview about President Donald Trump and his treatment of the media. In Bush's appearance on NBC's Today, Lauer asked President Bush what he thought of President Trump's job in office so far. The former president responded by saying the media had not exactly made President Trump's job all that easy. When I was president, the major networks, mattered a lot more, Bush told Lauer with a smile on his face. Because there were, like, 3 of you. And now there's all kinds of information being bombarded out. People can say things anonymously, and it's just a different world. Blast. I wager Matty didn't anticipate that Bush will emerge cocked and locked that way. I don't know what Lauer thought Bush would state. Maybe he was planning to get a sound chomp of the Republican president scrutinizing Trump, to use as ammo in the media's continuous war with him. Be that as it may, did he truly surmise that the man that was day by day disparaged and beaten by the MSM would now turn out and help them? Regardless of his shortfalls, W is a dedicated president. He was given an awful hand, in that his first year in office, the United States confronted its most exceedingly awful fear assault. However, the media declined to give him any credit and put in 8 years decimating his character. Presently he has an opportunity to uncover the bad faith and deceptive nature of the media, and he did as such splendidly. He realizes that the huge media outlets don't make a difference any longer. All things considered, they work so difficult to prevent Trump from getting elected. What makes them think they can prevent him from being fruitful in office? On the off chance that great Al W will state it, it's valid. Obviously, this disclosure won't persuade the mainstream media to begin writing about Trump genuinely or reasonably. Indeed, out of severity they will just fall down on the fake news to ruin the president. Be that as it may, we, similar to George, all know the reality. They don't make a difference any longer. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. H.T. Conservative. President Trump just dropped a sledgehammer on McConnell and Ryan. He has 4 epic words for them. Investigate the statistics with respect to the probability of getting re-elected to Congress once you make it into the club, and you'll see why this can be viewed as a lifetime work. What's more, as long as you don't significantly botch rehashed times, you're basically set for whatever length of time that you need the occupation. Congressmen and senators doubtlessly cherish that, particularly since you truly don't need to do much and have some spectacular advantages. At that point goes along somebody like President Trump, who ruins everything by expecting comes about. He has possessed the universe of business where in the event that you don't perform, another person will go along and have your lunch. This is in reverse to the way the administration works, so now there is an issue. The Republican performance on canceling and additionally replacing Obamacare has been horrid and a humiliation to both the Republican Party and to President Trump. Of course, he is set up to utilize a business procedure to take care of the issue, no August break. At the end of the day, to cite the president, we shouldn't leave town. Congress remains in session until the point that they take care of business. You don't compensate poor performance by giving individuals a month off. Ryan and McConnell must be hopeless. President Trump told GOP senators at the White House on Wednesday that they should cancel their August recess and not leave the city until acting to cancel Obamacare. We should not leave the town until this is complete, he said during a lunch at the White House. We should hammer this out and get it done. At the end of the day, past disappointment is no reason to take some time off. You remain at work until the point when you take care of business. That is so in opposition to the way Washington is accustomed to working that you need to stand up and cheer. Trump also said that the repeal is not enough, and that the Republicans should also replace Obamacare with new legislation. We can cancel, but we should cancel and replace, he said. Frankly, I do not think we should leave the city unless we have a health insurance plan, unless we can give people great health care," he continued. "Because we're close. We're very close. Also, there's another superb message here. Ineptitude won't go on without serious consequences. Your occupation is to compose and pass enactment, and you will remain at work until the point that you do. Maybe later on legislators may be more genuine about completing things as opposed to doing things the way they generally have." Trump took aim at those members during his remarks, saying that they now had someone at the White House who would sign a repeal bill. He acknowledged this was different from 2015, when the Republican lawmakers knew former President Barack Obama would veto the legislation rolling back his signature healthcare law. "Any senator who votes against the debate says you are fine with Obamacare," Trump said, criticizing GOP lawmakers who have said they would do just that. "I've been here for 6 months," he continued. "I'm ready to act, pen in hand, believe me. I'm sitting in that office. I have a pen in hand. You never had that before." This is a point well made. With Obama in office, the Republicans could pass whatever they needed and not be stressed over the results since they knew Obama would veto it. Presently they have a president with pen close by, so they need to quit fooling around and really think of a legitimate bill to send to President Trump. It stays to be seen what Congress will do. The decent thing is to complete their work before taking some time off and pass a bill President Trump will sign. The president has put the ball in their court. We would recommend they quit sitting around idly contending in average Washington style and complete their employment. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. H.T.